I found this Singer Tiny Serger over edging machine in my mother-in-law's basement. She has so much junk, all this like as seen on TV stuff. And I mean, I don't think she actually ordered it from TV. Probably she just got them at tag sales and stuff like that. But yeah, one time I found like a mini sewing machine down there too that had never been used, and I was very excited. I always thought, because I make little dolls, that if I had a tiny sewing machine I could I don't know, it'd be good for making tiny things. But this thing was the biggest piece of junk, and it just like pretty much melted when I tried to use it. But we'll see. This is actually Singer brand, so it might be okay. And here it is. I took it out of the box. These are some parts that came with it. I have not yet read the manual how to use it. I will do that. And the thing is, I really had always wanted a serger since I started sewing, but I think they're quite expensive, and I don't really have space in my current house for a serger. And so this is a tiny serger, so it's almost like the universe heard what I wanted. And then I saw this box there, like a gift from heaven. We'll find out if it works. I finished reading the manual. It's pretty straightforward. I think when it comes to rethreading, that might be, it's not going to be tricky at all, but whatever. There were many pages about rethreading. You have to do like this thing, 3 different things, but whatever. It came pre-threaded. I don't know if I should show anything. I mean, there's 3 threads there, and I guess it uses all 3 thread spools to do this. So yeah, I basically here's just a scrap of fabric. You put it in there. I don't know how I'm gonna film this though. I should probably get a tripod. And then, oh, I did notice that this guide thing is wiggly, so that it needs to be tightened down. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's meant to spin. So I have to tighten that screw, but for now, I'll just leave it aligned and hope it doesn't move while I'm doing this. So you just try to get this under. Oh, you know what? No. Can I? Oh, no, that moves the needle. The problem is I can't see through my camera while I'm doing this. Okay, I got that in there. And let's see if I can do this one-handed. Not really much to do except guide it. I mean, obviously if I had my other hand free and I could actually see properly. And I think they said just keep going until, yeah, this comes out, and then you clip it. And there you have it. I guess that's what it's supposed to look like. I have never used a serger before. I'll have to check garments that I own that have been serged. I don't know if it's supposed to really be at that angle. And then this is the other side, like that. And the manual did show, you know, if your tension is wrong, it will loop too much on one side or whatever. But yeah, I'll have to inspect that. These are the tension knobs here, and it comes set to 5, and they said that's usually gonna work fine, but you might have to adjust that. Yeah, so as with anything, it will take some practice to get experience and know what's going on. But and by the way, if you don't know what a serger does, and do I know what a serger does? I only know from watching Project Runway that they use these. If you have a raw edge or a fabric that frays, you run this through, and then that protects the edge, I guess, so it doesn't fray. or if you have a seam on the inside of your garment, you can do this, and then, you know, the two flaps from your seam allowance will be connected and will not fray. I'll have to try that then with something when I'm actually making a garment, to try it on the seam allowance. I used my regular sewing machine to sew these two little scrap pieces together. So let's pretend this was my garment, and then I have this seam allowance on the inside that is probably going to fray over time because this is flannel. Now the thing is, I don't think you can really adjust too much on this serger, so I don't know what the measurements are. I started at about a 3/8 seam allowance and I dropped it to 1/4. I'll try it here and see what happens. Yeah, it looks like that is too big a seam allowance for this to really look good. So what I would do is just trim it back. I think in the manual it said something about 11/64 or something. I'll have to reread it. So yeah, when I am doing my seams, I will then trim it back a bit smaller, maybe to 1/8 or something like that. Or wait, what am I thinking? Yeah, 1/8 maybe, and that might look a little bit better. And obviously I would not use these colors of threads on my project. I just used a contrasting color here so you could see, and it came pre-threaded with the green, blue, and red, which are not colors that I really use ever. Oh my gosh, these cars, it's like rush hour now. It's annoying. And let's see. Not that you want to see my filthy floor, but pretty standard stuff. It's just plugged in to an outlet and it has a pedal, like a sewing machine. So I guess I'm amazed that this actually works. We'll see how long it lasts.